I know you're probably keen to jump into the processes, but I want you to take 5 minutes up front to plan the monthly work you're going to be doing. This isn't particularly complicated, but you need to take 5 minutes to do this now, otherwise it's quite likely that you'll lose your way. So what you need to do, all of the tasks in the practical module all have a system number. The number's fairly incidental, but it just allows me to reference them. What you need to do now is you need to plan either calendar appointments or project management appointments to make sure that these things happen. Most of the work you're going to be doing is going to be scheduled every 30 days. There's one task, the mid-month keyword review, that will happen every 7 or 14 days. But by and large, everything will happen every 30 days. If you have a very big account, then you might want to review this a bit later on, but initially just set all these tasks up every 30 days. So what I want you to do, my recommendation is that you use Teamwork PM, which is available at teamwork.com for scheduling appointments if you're going to have multiple people working on the accounts. So this is what we use. I'll just show you what this looks like. So this is the view for one of the clients that I'm working with at the moment, and each process is set up as a task under a task list, and you'll see that all of these are actually assigned to my assistant Liz. So the reason why it's good to do it this way is it means that, well, it means a couple of things. It means that Liz can track how much time she's spending on this, but it also means that I can assign tasks to her and make them recurring tasks. So what you would need to do is you would need to come in, add the task. I make sure that all my task names are named the same as the process, because that means that it's immediately obvious what process document I need to go and open when it comes time to actually do this. So let's say this is S. Okay, we've already got them all set up, but let's just say this is S020 monthly markets research V2. You can say who's going to do it. So I'm going to do it in this case. You should definitely give it a start date. It doesn't particularly matter when you set the start dates. What you should do is you should try and spread all this out throughout the month. Don't try and do everything on one day. Make sure that things are spread out at sensible intervals. It makes no sense to do all your AdWords management on one day in the month. So let's say, for example, that if I go into August, I'm going to do this on the 12th. So then due on the 12th, and I can set this task to repeat monthly. And that's basically it. If you're going to use a calendar, so this is great if there are multiple people working on the accounts, because you can assign different tasks to different people. One tip, at some point you probably may want to get someone on your team to do some of the more mundane AdWords stuff. So Liz does a lot of work for me, and to be honest, it's been great because she does all effectively the lower level stuff, and I do a lot of the higher level stuff. So I do a lot of the ad creation, the account structure, the overall planning, that sort of thing. So that's just something to think about at this stage. If you're going to be doing all the work yourself, it's perfectly acceptable just to use a Google Calendar or an Outlook calendar or whatever you normally use to schedule appointments. So again, spread them throughout the month and then just set calendar appointments and make sure they're named the same as the process. So monthly markets research edit events. Make sure it's not all day. And repeats. So this needs to repeat monthly, every 1 month, and it occurs on the 6th. I actually normally change this to actually repeat by day of the week, because that means that I don't have appointments rolling around on weekends. Personally, I choose not to work weekends, but it's just my preference. So that's what you need to do. Hopefully that isn't very complicated, but you do need to do this. I do really want you to do this before you go and jump into the processes. AdWords success is all about systems and making improvements on a regular basis. So you need to plan in the work that you're going to be doing. So I'm not going to labour the points anymore. What you need to do is you need to open RO3, which is the AdWords process overview, and you need to set either teamwork PM appointments or calendar appointments for each of these things, and make sure they're named exactly as they are written here. If you have any questions with this, as always, do give us a shout. Support@rjdrummond.com.